so far, I would imagine.
I don't know
Alpha,
if it's the most caution-filled, but it's definitely the most caution-filled after regulation we've ever had. That's for sure. Just absolutely crazy, and a lot of them seem to be happening in the back. I don't know if things are accordioning back there that are causing these issues, or if these drivers are putting on 4 fresh tires and feeling like Superman trying to get through there. But it is the issues seem to be coming from the middle on backward.
it's incredible. I'm very curious to hear what these guys have to say after the race is over and see what their point of view is on what is going on out there on the track. It is just craziness. Here we go. We have 88 on the inside getting a nice run. We have the 10 of Expert Toaster right behind him. Rabbit on the outside. These guys looking pretty solid, man. I don't want to jinx them. Let's not bring out the jinx yet, but these guys are looking good. 2 wide all the way through and through.
This is definitely the best anyone has hung on the outside on the restart all race long as they finally get the white flag. Just a power
Here we go.
move
Look at
around
that.
the outside from the 12, and they make contact. That stacks them all up. Huge wreck in the back. That's basically everybody, and that should do it.
That is it. All right, guys. So it looks like we have Rabbit in first. We have More Dog in second. We have Mitch in third. This is probably the most caution-filled race that we've done for AKA. All right, guys, we're gonna do a quick mic test. Hope you guys are doing well out there tonight. It's been a crazy day race-wise. Looks like everything is going good on that end as far as sound goes. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AKA's Cup Race. We're here at Auto Club Speedway, presented to you by Shake and Bake Racing. Auto Club, I gotta say, is one of my favorite tracks due to how many lines you can run on it. It's gonna be a great race, I think. On a side note, though, I gotta say, a huge congratulations to the drivers that made the Esports League. My booth partner, that is J-Mac, he now races for RCR, Dodge Boys for Junior Motorsports, More Dog races for Hendrix, Lucky Dog drives for Joe Gibbs, and Invinma for Go Fast. These are all the guys that are in this league. And so a lot of talented drivers out there. I'm so excited. So welcome back, J-Mac. I mean, we're always together. It's a lot of fun. How you doing?
It's been one heck of a day. Doing really, really good. Ready to check out some racing. Ready to enjoy our typical Sunday night of AKA League racing.
I hear you. It should be a lot of fun. How are you feeling after what happened today? You got drafted by a real NASCAR team.
It's just kind of blows my mind that everything has worked out that way, and that Richard Childress Racing, the team that fielded the driver I rooted for in the 90s when I became a fan of NASCAR, is now the team I race for on esports. That's really cool. But enough about me. There's a lot of drivers out here, and that's what's going to make this race so exciting, is because we've talked about drivers being in the top 50 for the last few months, and now we get to talk about drivers that are actually pro drivers racing in this field tonight, and that just ramps up the prestige of this race even more, and it's just going to make it even more fun.
I couldn't have said it any better. Like he said, so many talented drivers out here. These guys are officially pro league drivers. A lot of stuff to come in the future from these guys. But before we get to the future, we got to talk about last week. It was week 4, and we saw an interesting race at Las Vegas. I'm talking, this race was split between a fantastic side-by-side battles, but then also what seemed to be a completely different race. It was plagued by cautions, we had Jose, Garbage, and Dodge Boys. They had dominating cars when the clean racing was shown, but once the cautions broke out, it was a fight to even get a lap in. Rabbit was towards the end. He made his way out front with Moordog and Mitch. He stayed there through the vine of cautions, with Rabbit ultimately bringing home the win. He was the fourth different driver to see victory lane this season. We had Boss, who won Daytona. Race 2 was at Atlanta. We saw Freaky Fast win that. A crazy race at Indy, who saw Lucky Dog, who is now a pro league driver. He won at Indy, and then last week at Vegas, Rabbit won. So who is going to win tonight? Let's see if we can get another a different driver in there once again. But these guys should be in qualifying shortly. So I want to say thank you for joining in tonight. Sober David, yes, they gave out subs earlier. Absolutely amazing. Very kind of him to go ahead and do that. But I'm looking forward to tonight. We do have a couple of number changes, JMac. So we'll have to talk about that. Some of the guys that made the Pro League, they are now going to be in the car that they will be driving for the league. So we're going to have AKA Moordog. He's going to be in the 24. We have Dodge Boys in the 88. And Venmo will most likely be in the 32, and Lucky Dog in the number 11. So that's what I know so far. We'll see what happens as far as when we get in there, because we're going to have to switch some drivers around in their cars. But man, JMac, tell me about Auto Club. Do you like Auto Club, and what do you expect in driving it tonight?
I absolutely love Auto Club. It's a big, fast, wide racetrack. Turn 1 and 2, you can run pretty much anywhere and fight and hold off or make passes on people. You can use any groove you want. You can run around that white line. You can run up about 3 or 4 grooves up and maintain speed. It's a lot of fun to drive. Turns 3 and 4, a little tougher. You can use the apron if your car can handle it, but otherwise these guys are going to pretty much try to be right around that line and hold it down there, because the Highline just doesn't seem to work as well in 3 and 4 as it does in 1 and 2. That might be a little different here on full setups, but we'll have to see. I don't expect it to work out that well, but I could be proven wrong very early.
It's true. It depends on how they get their car set up and tuned. So it really does depend on that. Rock NASCAR, what is up? Yeah, we have JMac in the booth, who is a Pro League driver. So a huge congratulations to him. I'm just beyond excited for all these guys. Such hard work was put into this, and they definitely deserve it. Absolutely. Tonight's race at Auto Club, it's going to be 100 laps, and it's going to be 30 laps for the first stage, 30 for the second, and 40 for the third. And I'm looking at, we have another driver change. We have Skibowski in the 4. Oh, in the 3, you said? Okay. He's in the 3. Ozium is in the 4. So we have a couple of number changes here. Very interesting.
And a couple of new entrants that we haven't really seen race yet.
Yeah, Ozium is one of them. So, welcome him into the league here. And I'm excited, though. Hopefully they'll get through qualifying quickly and we can get on to the race tonight. I'm hoping for a clean race. None of these cautions that we saw last week. These guys have it in them. I do believe we're having damage on tonight, so look for that. These guys are going to want to race and be very particular on how they do it. They're going to want to be very clean, because you get any damage, it will slow your car down. You go into pits and you make your car, they fix that car up, it will make you slower when you come out. So that's something that they are definitely going to have to watch tonight, JMac.
Absolutely. Gonna have to take it easy here at the beginning. You don't want to scrub, 2-3 tenths, however much it is, off of your car right at the beginning. So you're gonna have to watch out. Gonna have to watch out for lag, that you don't get caught up in somebody swerving around. There's just a lot of little issues that come into play when damage is thrown in. But that can also improve the racing, because these guys, if they're taking it easy, they're not knocking each other out of the way. They're actually racing and trying to, give each other room. So that could definitely improve things out there. So we'll have to see. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean and keep their cars in good shape for the majority, if not entirety, of the race.
Absolutely. I'm wondering if we're going to see Jose take that high side. We saw him taking that last week at Las Vegas. He was running really well up there. So I'm curious if we're going to see him do the same tonight, because I feel like in turns 1 and 2, you can definitely do that. So I'm curious who is going to take what line. It'll be very interesting to see. Absolutely. Thrills,
if
what is
he's not
up?
hanging it high, wide, and handsome, I'll be real surprised.
Definitely. I heard we have a full field tonight, so we're going to have a lot of drivers out there, a lot of talented drivers. Here we go into the lobby, and then hopefully we'll be able to join shortly. Looks like Lil Wing got pole, which is very cool. He has not driven a lot for them, so it's cool to see him out there on pole. We'll see what he can do tonight. All right, here we go. We are going to go into the race, and we will start at Auto Club Speedway. J-Mac, do you need an invite, or are you good?
I am good. I may or may not have still been on 2018, so it might be, an hour before I load in.
I should have reminded you. I almost did the same thing, but I remembered last second.
I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now. Forgive me, please.
Yeah, I don't know why. Who knows why? A huge day for J-Mac and a lot of these guys out here tonight. I guarantee they're very pumped. But welcome to Auto Club Speedway. Their 5th race here, so very exciting, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna do tonight. It's thinking about it. We're getting in here, guys. Thrills Auto Club is the GOAT. It is a really good racetrack. All right, here we go. We are out here watching the 19 of Little Wing, who was the one who was on the pole. He's got a couple of guys out in front of him. These guys are going 3 wide. We're on lap 2 already. We have Pro Boss in 3rd place at the moment. Let's see if we can take a look at who that winner, who the leader is. And just like that, we have Jose up front in that 43. I'm curious, like I said earlier, if he's going to be running that high side. And we have 12 of Rabbit in 2nd. Like I said, aka Pro Boss in 3rd. Let's take a look down the list here. A lot of people in the mid section here. We're sitting here with the 32 of Invenma, who is another one who is out here. He is a Pro League driver. It looks like he is probably around 10th place, maybe even later than that, trying to work his way up through the field. But so far, he's doing a great job out here.
We've got a 2-man breakaway up at the front, frozen. It's Jose and Rabbit rabbiting out to the front.
I'm watching that. You know, before you joined in, they were still pretty much with the field. But man, since I've been back here, they have absolutely started to break away from the rest of the field here. And that's really cool to see. After a tough race for Jose, doing so great out there last week, hopefully he can do something out here tonight with that car. He's obviously got a fast one.
Absolutely. And there's a car in the grass that looked like the 4 of Freaky Fast. He's out in the grass and, puts it in the wall.
That's that 4 car was a change. That's Ozium, or yeah,
Ozium.
Ozium.
That's Ozium.
Ozium,
Okay,
yes.
okay. Ozium.
I don't believe Harvick is out here tonight, but he is definitely Osmium. Okay, that's who it is. I have not seen him out here before. That is definitely a new face, so welcome to him. So far, it does not look like he's having a good night, J-Mac. Yeah, absolutely.
Tough start to his AKA racing career. Not sure what happened there. Obviously, just caught the tail end of it, but he was in the grass and trying to save it, and it looked like he was going to get it going, and then it just hooked right. The grass can be so hard to drive on in this game. You obviously don't want to be down there for any reason, but it can just be impossible to keep the car straight.
Looks like we have Rabbit trying to take a peek on that inside. He keeps making his way, feeling around, seeing what he can do with his car. They are still, away from the pack behind him, but it looks like Rabbit is getting a little anxious. I'm thinking this guy is wanting to take home stage 1 and take that win for that, but Jose is doing a great job defending that. Rabbit takes a peek on the inside. These guys are too wide. Rabbit is able to get a huge run off of that bottom. He takes over first.
The 41 and 3 had to make pit stops. Not sure why the 41 was down there, but the 3 had massive front end damage, it looked like. So a tough break for, I believe, Ramsett in the 41. And who is in the 3 tonight?
The 3 is Skibowski. Skibowski. Everyone says it's so different. Rabbit.
Just a really impressive job by these front two.
Absolutely.
To be able to pull out there like that, the way they're drafting with each other, just really, 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 really crazy that they're able to do that around a place like Auto Club. But these two cars seem to be faster than the line of 8 behind them right now.
I'm back here with Invinma and Freddie, and I'm not sure what happened to these guys, but they are pretty well behind that lead pack. Something definitely happened to these guys, but they're off and moving and hopefully able to catch back up to them. We're out here
it's just
also.
so tough for these guys in that back line. Sorry, Frozen. It's just you're trying to push each other and trying to work together, but your cars work differently and people want to run slightly different lines and they fan out when they go in there, and it's just so hard when you're in a big group together to draft at a place like this where people are kind of trying to run different things, and that might be why this little mini pack of 2 is able to gain so much ground on the rest of the field.
J-Mac, take a look at how cautious they are being. I'm in car with MDL in that 42, and these guys were running a single file line. Pro Boss got on the high side and kind of fell back just a little bit, but MDL definitely, he was doing a lot of giving there, giving Pro Boss that room. We have Expert Toaster going on the inside, but these guys are giving each other a lot of room, and that is a good thing. They don't want to get that damage, and we're going to see a lot less cautions tonight because of it. At least I'm hoping, knock on wood. But so far, this is a very, very clean race. Not a lot of racing going on, but it is pretty early so far.
You're going to have to think that that's going to change once we get down to the end of the stage and points actually are on offer and could be awarded. So they're playing nice right now, but that's going to change
Absolutely.
before too long.
Sober David, we saw a very, very clean stage 1 last week. So that very well could be the case tonight, and we might see a few cautions going in and the aggression coming out. But right now, I mean, these guys single file and are just taking their time. They're feeling each other out and, just taking it easy. They don't want to lose out on the race so far from damage. It's a smart move on their end.
Not sure if the 43 has just elected to keep it high through the front stretch, just so that they're not doing anything crazy so he's not doing anything crazy to hurt his entry. But he has not been following the 12 down low. They have not been drafting together, and that has essentially allowed this group to catch them. Not sure if that was calculated in some way, but very, very interesting decision to not continue working together like they had been, and that's turned a group of 2 into about 8 now up front.
Absolutely. We see Wonder directly, actually underneath him, trying to make a move for the second place here, and he manages to pass him. Jose gets into the wall and falls back just a little bit. We have the 88 of Dodge Boys right behind Wonder. These guys are definitely on the move. I hate to see that for Jose, but Rabbit's still in the lead here, and he's got a car to beat tonight.
These cars are tough enough to handle a small little touch to the wall. It'll take a little bit of speed off, but it won't kill you. But, man, you can't do that too often. Jose's got to get his bearings back together. Not sure if he got put in the wall. It looked like that everything kind of just stacked and accordion together once that group caught them, and he was just put in a real bad place. But I don't think that'll hurt him too terribly, but we'll have to see.
I agree. There's a lot of talented guys out here, and I think what happened to Jose is just the momentum going into the corner. We have 14 and 11 that made some contact. 11 got on the apron. That is Lucky Dog, another Pro League driver who made it into the to the Pro League here. So he is one of the final 14 guys that we're going to see racing out there. He was able to hold on to it in that apron once Wonder made a little contact with him. But he's looking pretty strong out there tonight in that FedEx car.
Just a stacked field up front right now. You have Rabbit, who is always a rabbit in this league, and then you have Dodge Boys, a Pro League driver. You have EVR Lucky, or the artist formerly known as EVR Lucky Dog, in third, a Pro League driver. You have Vinma Gaming out there, it looks like behind him, a Pro League driver. Like, this is just, the cream is rising to the top, and this is just, it's a lot of fun to watch.
We're out here with the 24 of Mordog. That is his new number, as he is another Pro League driver. All these Pro League drivers out front here, guys. You're witnessing something pretty special right now. This is history being made for this Pro League. And these guys are racing. They're up at the front pack here, and they're showing why they are a Pro League driver. A lot of these guys, you can see how gentle they are being with each other. They don't want to mess up their cars. They don't want to have to go in and take away from their speed, because it's going to cost them around 2/10 when they have to go in to fix that damage, something that they don't want to have happen.
And a quick correction here. I thought that was the 32 car in fourth. It and the 14 look kind of the same, but that is actually AKA Wonder in the 14, who was in fourth at the time. He is currently trying to work with Rabbit as they work the low side, and that little group of four that seems to be slowly gaining an advantage works the high side.
Side by side they go, and they're doing a great job. A lot of tight racing. It feels like the racing is coming out now. We're no longer single file. These guys are racing a lot more closely together, challenging each other. Rabbit gave up just a little bit. We have Dodge Boys currently in the lead, but Rabbit is definitely going to fight to take that back. That high side is rolling, J-Mac. They have a lot of guys out there supporting each other. That low side only has 3 cars out there. Well, now they're pretty much even, but for a second there, we had 4v2 for that high versus low side.
A few guys pulling off the pit road, and I was just about to say it's getting to that point in the run where tires are starting to wear out, and that might be why these guys are searching around for speed and maybe a little bit more able to pin down that bottom lane on the outside. As these cars get tight off the corner, it's just so hard at a high-speed track as this to keep that speed up on exit. And if you're on the outside and can stay alongside of them throughout the center of the corner, you have a real advantage down the straightaways.
Absolutely. We're coming to 10 to go at the line, so not a lot of laps left. These guys are really going to start to getting aggressive here. They're going to have to go in for these pits, as J-Mac was saying. So we're going to see what they decide to do. Are they going to go in for just 2 tires or no tires? We'll see what they do. But a lot of close racing. The 24 of Mordog gets into the guy in front of him just a little bit. The 11 of Lucky Dog. But so far, these guys are very, very clean. Super David says, these guys are going to cost me a job. I guarantee you, you're going to have a job in the second and final stage.
You do have to wonder what kind of strategies these guys are going to play if they want to take just a little bit of fuel and 2 tires. We saw at Indy a couple of weeks ago just how tough that could be on 2 tires, but that's more of a jerky kind of track where you're turning in a lot harder, those 90-degree turns. This is a nice long, this track has nice long sweeping corners, a lot easier. It's an 88 hard into the wall.
He's got some damage on that right front. I missed what happened. I was looking at the 4 of Freddy, or not Freddy, but of Osmium. He has a lot of damage, and he is out there solo, and this is definitely costing the 88 a lot of time after getting into that wall. That is dodge, boys. A lot of guys going into pit right now as we speak.
He was on the outside of the 12 frozen. They were battling for the lead, and he just got tight out of the corner. I think that the 12 was giving him room. He just got really, really tight and just put it in the wall. Just real unfortunate. It's like I said, these cars at the end of these runs are really, really, really tight and really hard to turn. I was saying that would be something that would benefit the outside line, but the thing that the inside line doesn't have is a big blue wall right next to it.
It's so true. So true. And we saw that 3 car, a lot of damage for him too. We see even more cars coming into pit. We have that 43 of Jose. It looks like he's got a little front left damage there, possibly. So I don't know if that's going to hurt him. But guys, once you have damage, like I said, if you choose to repair it, and sometimes you definitely have to, depending on the amount, it is going to slow you down for the rest of the race, at least 0.2. And that is something that's really going to harm you, especially if you have that guy who's lucky and is able to keep his nose clean. He's going to be running 0.2 per lap faster than anyone else that has damage. That's a huge thing.
The 12 had a really quick pit stop. Not sure if it was fuel only quick, but it was definitely not 4 tires. So gonna have to see how this car handles going forward. But he should cycle out to being your leader again.
Yeah, he's running extremely strong tonight. He looks pretty clean. I don't know if he had any damage, but that was a very, very quick pit stop for him. A lot of these guys are spread out also, J-Mac. I'm not sure if we have a lot of packs going on, but that pit cycle definitely spread things out.
Definitely different thoughts on the strategy. It definitely looks like the 12 took no fuel or no tires, because looks like he's pushing pretty hard. Not a lot of rotation in the middle of the corners for him, but he has a big enough lead that might end up working out for him.
All right, look at these. We have Pro Boss and we had Lucky Dog and the 22 out here riding close together. We're starting to get guys coming back together again. From what I'm hearing, the 14 is out ahead of that 12 car. So let's see if we can get the 14 of Wonder. That is a 24 of More Dog out here. I'm trying to find Wonder. Let's see if we can get him out here. Please bear with me, guys. There we go. Here is our current leader, the 14 of Wonder. No one really behind him. He's got, looks like that's going to be Rabbit, you know, a little bit behind him. He's got some space, so I don't know what kind of pit strategy he had, but it is definitely working out for him.
It looks like that for him to have that gap, it looks like he must have taken no tires on that, and that the 12 must have taken 2, because that's the only way that I think he could have gained that gap, because I was riding with the 12 when he hit pit road, and it was a very, very smooth and quick entry. So unless he got a penalty, which he was not on pit road long enough for, I believe the 14 is on fuel only, and the 12 is on 2 tires.
I mean, that's definitely going to help him if that's the case, and he can hold off Rabbit. If he can do that and hold him off, we're coming to 3 to go here once we hit that line, so it is definitely 3 to go. So he's going to have a nice stage point if he can capture this.
And we're talking about tires. The 88 and 43 just ate up the 12 of Rabbit. That is Dodge Boys and Jose. Those two are now side by side, but they are coming. Don't know if they have enough time to make up the distance to Wonder, but it's going to be really, really close because they are flying right now.
Absolutely. I'm trying to see the cameras, man. They do not want to get out here on that second place, but I'm trying to get him out here. All right, we have Pro Boss and Rabbit side by side. Pro Boss just made a pass for Rabbit. These guys getting very, very close together. They were pretty far spread out once the pit cycle came through, but man, this racing is getting pretty tight at the moment.
These different schools of thought are coming together. The 43 is starting to gap Dodge boys. Almost makes me wonder if Dodge might be on 2 and Jose on 4. The guessing game without being able to actually see the tire wears on these cars is a little frustrating, but it is kind of fun playing the guessing game because Jose is flying and is taking the lead in this stage.
Absolutely incredible. Last lap here. They are just having a hard time letting me get to the leader. I'm dying out here. Let me get to the leader.
2 laps ago, or heck, a lap ago, Wonder was leading this race, and right now it's looking like he'll barely maybe hold on to the top 5.
I mean, just look how far he is just falling back here.
He will not.
Absolutely, that is going to be that stage 1 here. A great stage, no cautions, guys. A lot of close racing, and these guys were being very, very cautious to make sure that they don't cause anything that would hurt their chances. Great driving on their end.
Really fun to watch the strategies played out. Whatever Jose did, it was the right thing, as he was by far the fastest car on the track at the end of that stage. Looked like Dodge Boys was second with Lucky Dog in third, and Pro Boss brings home 4th.
That strategy that Wonder did, you know, you just never know sometimes with what you end up doing, but it cost him in the end after having a nice little lead out there. But Jose was able to, you know, take advantage of that and brought home that first stage. So good on him, and he is running that high side a lot tonight. Like, I was wondering if he was going to. Looks like pit strategy came into play, and Jose is out here, falling back just a little bit while others made up some time.
Ramsett not pitting or taking only 2 over that those pit stops. So interesting to see how that car is going to handle out in front of the pack. As it doesn't look like it's handling well.
Look at these guys going 3 wide. I was just about to say, man, they're just asking for a caution, and right then they get into each other, and that is more than likely going to bring out your first caution of the night.
Just an ill-handling 41 car out in front of the field. It looked like he was really loose on the bottom. I bet he only took 2 tires, and that's what we've seen in this game with these setups in this league, is that 2 tires just seems to put these guys, it just seems to kick that rear end out and make them just way too loose. And he was struggling there on the bottom, and he put Lucky Dog on the apron, and he spun out, and then he was just trying to gather it up and eventually lost it. And unfortunately, a lot of the field was taken out in that.
Absolutely, and that's going to cause that damage we were talking about, is what you do not want. It is going to slow you down, but a lot of these guys already had damage, so not much they can do at that point. If you can keep your nose clean and stay out of it, you are going to be faster than the rest of the guys. Here we go for another restart here. We're going to have Jose on that inside. He's going to lead him off with Pro Boss on the outside.
Couple of new players up front. We have the 24, we have the 32 up front, then we have the 11 who was caught up in that wreck just a second ago.
Absolutely, that 43 is looking pretty strong out front here. We have the 24 of Mordog directly behind him. These guys looking very, very good. Side by side, very close racing, but these guys are being very cautious, making sure that they hang off of each other. They don't want to put too much pressure and get somebody loose and cause another wreck. Damage on seems to be the way to go for these guys. Definitely keeping them on their toes.
We have Jose out there leading, and we saw in that first run, he had a great short run car, and it benefited him there at the end. as he was able to kind of gap the field and anyone that was on the same strategy to him and win that stage. But it got him in a little bit of trouble there during the first run when that field kind of reeled him and the 12 car who he was racing with at the time in. So interesting to see if he made some adjustments or if he's just perfectly happy with the car the way it is.
Mordog getting a huge run on Jose, decides to stay back, but man, he is looking on that underneath Jose. Looked like Lucky Dog was giving him a nice little push, giving him some momentum to get past him, but Mordog decides to stay back.
And that loss of momentum is worth a couple of tenths, or a couple of car lengths, excuse me. Very, very. It's important to keep in mind for later on.
We're out here with Rabbit of the 12. He fell back quite a bit, and this guy is very strong. Has a fast car. He is definitely one to beat. It looks like he's around 10th place at the moment. He's got the 42 of MDL on his outside. He has 19 of Little Wing, who was your pole sitter. He's on the outside also. A long, long line, guys. This is not a line you want to see. It is, you got a lot of time to make up, and you're going to have to draft with each other and get moving to get to those top guys.
It's so fun watching that mid to back of the pack frozen. Just the guy, there's about 3 or 4 lanes worth of cars. They're not on top of each other. They're so spread out. They're just running their own individual lines, and it's really, really cool to watch.
It is. I
Mordog
love.
makes a move for the lead.
See if we can take a look up here. There he is underneath. He falls back. We have the 11 of Lucky Dog on his outside trying to make it work, but he is the only guy on that outside, and it's definitely going to hurt him. Jose manages to hold off Mordog. We have Dodge Boys underneath Lucky Dog. These guys trying to make it work. They're leaving that next pack out there, but if they keep fighting, that second pack is definitely going to catch them.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Mordog made a move on the inside. He's having to slide job it because Jose is doing such a great job of defending on the outside. Jose's going to have the run, but it looks like Mordog is going to have the help from Lucky Dog.
Lucky Dog definitely helping him going on the inside, though. These guys are too wide at the moment, making it work. He's got a little contact with the 24. We have a big wreck in the back from my understanding. That is going to bring out caution number 2.
Some great racing out front. You can see the schools of thought. 1 and 2, you want to keep it up high, pin that guy down low, but when you get to 3 and 4, you want to get down to that white line. Jose was able to win both battles in both of those places on the track at those different ends of the track. So that's going to be the strategy these guys are going to have to look at and maybe put in their files for later.
Absolutely. We're still seeing a couple of guys out there with damage. I'm curious how many are going to go in here. We did just start this stage, but a couple of these guys might have some damage that they have to take care of. We have Lucky.
You kind of have to wonder.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Frozen. No, you go ahead.
We have Lucky Dog on the inside, and we have Jose on the outside. We're off going green here. Mordog on the inside, right behind Lucky Dog. He decides to take it high. I'm very shocked to see that. That's going to give Mordog a little bit of a chance to make some moves there.
He might have been arcing that in just a little bit more. With the freedom of having that outside line, he might have just moved up to kind of get a better angle for the middle of the corner there, because he brought it down about a lane, not quite to the bottom, but just almost in front of Mordog to kind of block him. That might have been Lucky Dog's thinking there.
Lucky Dog is your current leader. This guy is one of those Pro League drivers. He's got Jose on the right behind him. We have 88 of Dodge Boys in 3rd. We have Mordog in 4th. These guys are very tight together at the moment. We have Boss, who is in that 9 car, a couple of cars back. So far, so good, guys.
They're single file for now, and they probably will try to remain that way through 3 and 4. But down the front stretch and into 1, there's going to be some moves made, I would assume.
Absolutely. Jose comes up underneath Lucky Dog. We are going to 12 to go. He's the only one working that inside, and this is coming from a guy who loves that outside. He is completely solo, and I'm hoping that does not cost him a lot of positions, but he is your current leader. Is he going to be able to snag that up and get to the high side? He is. He pulls off a slide job, a fantastic move on his end. A beautiful, beautiful job.
Very powerful move.
Absolutely.
Exactly. You nailed that on the head. To be able to make that pass on the bottom in 1 and 2, we have not seen many people be able to successfully do that without help. He did that pretty much by himself around easily one of the better drivers in the field in what a really, really good car, as there's a wreck in the back.
Definitely a power move on his end. 88 wants to make that happen. A lot of contact with these guys. Looks like a caution came out. I'm not exactly sure why, but that is going to be caution number 3. I'm curious.
Really, really, really excited to see what this racing means for the end of this thing, because these guys are putting on a show whenever they feel like putting on one.
Looks like the caution was caused by the 41 and the 22 of Ramsett and Doc Holliday, getting together a lot of damage for the Ramsett. Kyle, CGT, Mr. Runner, thank you guys so much for joining. Pierre, Nikki, I hope you guys are enjoying the race. A lot of talent out here, a lot of Pro League drivers in your final 14 that are out here tonight racing. We have J-Mac in the booth, who's one of those Pro League drivers. Fantastic field out here tonight. So much talent. And off we go.
Go back to the 41 for a second. Tough start. He started the stage in the lead, and since then it has just been all downhill from there.
It has. It's been very, very tough for him. Currently, though, we see that 43 of Jose after making that powerful move earlier. Nice slide job on the 11, capturing that first. The lead out there. We have Pro Boss directly behind him. A stacked field behind him. Guys, 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back. Once we hit this line, J-Mac, it's going to be...
allowing Jose... All of that, sorry, Frozen, all of that racing is allowing Jose to squirt out by himself. These guys are going to have to start working together. It's that crazy thing. We want to see them side by side and racing hard, but that slows them down. And if someone like Jose, with the car that he has, is able to get away from them, it's going to be really, really hard to get back, as there's another yellow.
There is another yellow. I saw as you were talking, there was 3 guys in the back that had an incident together, and that's going to bring out... I do believe this is caution number 4. Like I said, guys, stage 1 for these guys are very, very clean. We're in stage 2. There was only 7 laps to go in stage 2. These guys are getting more aggressive, trying to make more moves. They're trying to get those stage points that they can. That's going to help them in their total standings here. So everyone is going for what they can, and that's when we're going to see these cautions come out and the damage come out, and that's going to mess up how their car handles. They're going to have to watch it.
It's like we say every week, there's one stage that's really, really tame, and there's one that's just really, really wild. And last week it was the third one. This week they seem to be getting it out of their system.
I saw Jose on top of another car. That's something new.
And they have all... I don't know about on your screen, but they have all parked it in turn 1.
This is looking a little familiar, J-Mac. I gotta say. I'm trying to see if we can get out to the leader here. He is off and running by himself. Huge game glitch here. I don't know what they're gonna do about this one. Do we have any of the other guys? I see guys going backwards, and you know that cannot be good. Okay, so that was the stage end. From my understanding, they had
Jose is about to come plowing through the... Oh, nope, they're all ghosted. Okay.
absolutely incredible. I'm hoping the game will fix itself. We have that 42 of MDL in pit road. Looks like he is done for the night, a disconnect. I'm kind of curious if that was Jose who won stage 2, guys, but man, that was something else. A huge lag glitch there. Starting stage 3 already. We have the 12 on the inside of Rabbit, who's found his way back out front. We have the 19 of Little Wing, who was your pole sitter. He is on that outside. Mordog right behind Rabbit. These guys 2x2 once again.
Very interesting start for Jose there. Not sure if maybe there was a lag issue and he got started a little late or what, but he went down to the apron and was significantly slower than everybody as they were getting up to speed.
Man, you just hate to see that. From what I'm understanding, he was the lag issue. So I don't know if they sent him to the back and had him wait. But he did go back there because of the lag. And that is really unfortunate because another great car for him. Something you don't want to see. But let's bring this back out front. We have Rabbit out here in the front. We have Pro Boss directly behind him. These guys very close, but Rabbit has a little bit of lead on the pack behind him.
The 12 and the 43 seem to be the two cars that have shown so far the ability to get away from guys when they're racing. The 12 and the 43 just really strong right now.
Riding in car with Pro Boss of that 9. Looking pretty good out here. He is currently 3rd. He has 19 directly behind him and the 24 of Mordog in front of him. These guys going single file, trying to keep it clean, but behind him is a whole different story. These guys 3 wide going into the turn. Let's take a look at this, guys. We have the 32, the 88, and another driver right on top. The 4 car holding it out, did a great job trying to make that work. Get back down to 2 wide, but no incidents there. That just shows you the talent. Oh, we have 4 who gets a little squirrely for some contact, is able to hold it off, but man, you can see the aggression coming out in this 3rd final stage here.
Just the battle for 5th is crazy. 1 through 4. I was about to say they're single file as they slowly start fanning out a little bit, but man, this battle for 5th is really hot right now.
Absolutely incredible. That is Expert Toaster. We have 32 of Envenma. Expert Toaster in that 10 behind him. 11 of Lucky Dog. 88 of Dodge Boys. All these guys really close together. And we have the 2 of Freddy, who we've seen a couple of times racing out here. I'm not quite sure what happened to Wonder.
Nothing changing up front.
Let's take a look. A lot of racing going on here. They try to get single file. The 11 of Lucky Dog trying to take a look. They are 3 wide once again. These guys are just making moves left and right, just going for every position they can. I'm hoping they can hold it off, but man, oh man, look at that racing back there, J-Mac.
Dodge Boys behind those 3, just trying to pick a lane. He was trying to draft with Lucky Dog. Then he swung out the outside to try to have the angle for the corner. Then he got back down and Lucky Dog had to get out of the throttle, pinned down by the guys outside of him, and just a big stack up and a great job of holding their cars.
Great racing so far out here tonight. We've had a couple of cautions, but nothing too crazy. We see the 10 car of Expert Toaster just getting a little wiggly out there. Gets into the 88 of Dodge Boys. Dodge Boys is able to hang on to it, but man, I bet that was making him pretty nervous. Expert Toaster looks like he keeps trying to take a peek on the inside of Lucky Dog. Can't make it happen, but they're hanging out single file, trying to catch the guys in front of them. They're gonna have to work together, but Lucky Dog says, no way. I'm going on the inside of you, Envenma. I'm gonna try to pass you. Let's make some magic happen right here.
Really tight racing. The 11 pushed up just a little bit, managed to barely keep it out of the 32. Maybe some light contact, but nothing overly aggressive. But man, really late move by Lucky Dog to get underneath Envenma Gaming, and it looks like it's going to work out for him.
Absolutely, and Venema is kind of outside all by himself. Lucky Dog has a lot of help. He decides to take the high side, maybe helping out Venema just a little bit, saying, hey, I passed you up, but I'm not going to leave you out here. Expert Toaster on the inside with the 88 of Dodge Boys. These guys going double file. A lot of switching of positions here. Some great racing.
And meanwhile, as these guys are dicing it up, those four up front are just are enjoying what they're seeing out of the rear view as Toaster moves the 11.
I had to bring it up here, and we have Mordog in the lead in that 24 car. We have a 4-car pack up here. We have Mordog, and who is in that second place? I believe that is Rabbit. And then we have Pro Boss in third.
Oh.
I'm sensing some things going on. What do you got?
Back. Ramsett, I'm not sure if he was loose or if he got into the 32 or if the 32 might have gone into him. But Ramsett took a left down to the apron and then took a hard right into Venema Gaming. Both hard into the wall. Somehow no yellow from it.
I'm pretty shocked by the no yellow. You know, these guys are going to have a lot of damage, and I'm sorry to see that for Venema because he was having a heck of a run back there. Looking really good, had a strong car. That damage is definitely going to cost him some time. You see Rabbit out here getting into the back of Mordog, letting him know, putting the pressure on, saying, I'm here, and I'm not letting you out of my sight. He's going to be fighting for the win here tonight.
And Venema was stuck in the grass for a little while. He's out here in front of these guys. They're going to have to maneuver around him without losing too much time. It looks like they're going to be able to do it, but that 32 car is wounded.
He is absolutely extremely damaged. I'm surprised he hasn't gone in, but he is a lap down, officially put a lap down by Mordog. He tries to tuck in behind Rabbit, but he's going to have more cars on the lead lap coming up behind him of Pro Boss back there. So we'll see how they are able to get around to him.
Not sure how much damage he got in it, but Lucky Dog was caught up in that as well. His car looks all right. Looks can be deceiving with video games. You know that from Forza. So very, very interesting to see if his car is hurt. But Lucky Dog, unfortunately, way back in the field right now.
Ramsett has had a tough night tonight. A lot of times that we've seen him, he has been off the track and wrecked a couple of times. Definitely not what you want to see here tonight. He's had a rough time at Auto Club. Do we have any word on Jose? I'm wondering how he's doing and what position he's in. His car looks pretty clean. He is currently running behind, I do believe that is a 22, making a move. Try to pass him, and he successfully does it. Does another slide job and is able to move up directly in front of him.
That would involve me being able to count, Frozen. And, you know, my little brain can't really do that. But I believe he is in 7th, is what I would guess. So, and I'm hearing that I'm actually right. So, hooray, counting skills.
Yay for counting. All right, we got the 24 of Mordog. Mordog out here currently in the lead.
6 cars in front of Jose.
You're killing me. You are killing me. A huge battle going up here earlier for that 12 and the 24. These guys just fighting back and forth. We saw Rabbit take the lead from Mordog, and then Mordog took that right back. These two out front together, and then we have the third place, who is kind of by himself, but behind him he's got a pack of 3 cars out there trying to make something happen. We're coming down to the final few laps here, though. As far as, you know, racing goes, it's gone pretty fast tonight, I gotta say.
Very, very fast race. Not a lot of yellows. A very fast track. Definitely a quick race. And that's pretty good for these two out front. You know, everyone behind them that's kind of getting left in the dust. They want a little more action. They want another chance at taking this lead. But right now, it's looking like it's the Mordog and Rabbit show.
Absolutely. We just saw a move made for 4th. Toaster and Dodge Boys flies underneath Pro Boss. Toaster takes over 4th. 88 of Dodge Boys takes over 5th. That moves the 9 of Pro Boss back 2 spots to 6th place.
got to give a shout out to this 19 car up in third. I believe that's MOS Little Wing, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Excellent, excellent race for him. He started on the pole. Hasn't had the races I think he was looking for these last few weeks, but today running third, showing a lot of speed, and looking pretty good right now, Frozen.
Absolutely. And these front two, such strong cars tonight, just leaving that pack behind them. And they have a pack of 4 cars. Granted, they are a little spread out, but man, these two just making something happen great tonight. Mordog on fire, has a great car, but Rabbit definitely not letting him go. He's had another strong car tonight.
These 4 are single file. That 43 car is coming, trying to run them down. Jose with another excellent car, and it just doesn't look like circumstances are gonna give him what he deserves tonight. But it's daytime in the race, dadgummit. But just a dang shame, but he might be able to sneak out a few more spots, and maybe if these guys get a little crazy, he could benefit from a yellow.
That 10 of Toaster looking very strong tonight. We have Dodge Boys behind him, Little Wing behind him, and then Pro Boss in the rear of that nice little train. They are trying to catch these front 2 guys, but man, they keep spreading out just a little bit, trying to get that line together to make something happen, but we'll see if they can make it happen.
As long as those 2 up front aren't dicing it up, it's going to be really, really tough for that group of 4, no matter how well they work with each other, to catch these 2. This is definitely looking like Rabbit and Mordog's race, unless they get a little too racy. We saw that with at Indianapolis between Lucky Dog and Garbage and Dodge Boys, and things got really, really heated and physical. So have to see if the same thing happens here.
We'll see. We saw Wonder out there. They passed him. His car was extremely slow. I'm not sure if he had damage on that or what was going on with him, but sorry to see that, because he had a strong car himself tonight, running a great race out there. But tough to see that. You don't want to see that with these guys. We have the 88 currently in 4th, Toaster. Another great job for him tonight. He is strong out there at Auto Club. Gets into the wall as soon as I said that. I'm curious if 88 gave him a little bump and got him into the wall. They are still going, but man, hopefully that doesn't put any damage on his car for that one.
Some drivers are hitting pit road. Kind of makes you wonder if maybe Wonder stuck it on the apron and trying to get down low to make it to pit road, and maybe got in the grass or something that really slowed him down, and he ended up missing it. But pit stops are starting.
Absolutely. We have the 24 of Mordog, who was your current leader. He went into pit, so that will leave Rabbit if he is out. Let's see if we can get him out here. Rabbit is your leader. He stayed out. I guarantee he's going to be going in soon. We only have 20 or so laps to go, so they're definitely going to have to go in very shortly.
Judging by the length of these pit stops riding along with Mordog here, I believe it's 4 in full fuel. So, or maybe not full fuel, but definitely 4 tires for the rest to finish off this race.
Absolutely. I don't see anyone going out there with 2 tires, and certainly not taking no tires. There's no way that you can get through this. We've talked about it before. You take 2 tires and it throws your car off balance. Your rear starts to want to spin when you're taking these turns, and it just slows you down way too much. If you take 2, you really have to tighten that car up, and I just don't see these guys wanting to take that chance. 4 tires is the way to go here tonight. You have your current leader of 12 of Rabbit going into pit road. That is going to put these next couple of guys back out in the lead here. Let's see if we can get into that 88. We're watching Mordog right now. He is pretty solo. You see Pro Boss behind him in that 9 car. But let me see if I can find that 88 because he is your current leader. And here we go, Dodge Boys of 88.
It's like the 88 and the 19, a little bit of strategy, staying out a little later than everybody else, Frozen.
You know, and they made a good move, though. They're staying out together. You really, really want someone to stay out with and pit with. It's going to help you. You need that draft. Auto Club is one of those draft tracks that you really want to, if you want to make some moves, you gotta stay with somebody. And so I bet that is a definite strategy going in for the pits here.
I mean, that's a very, very good call, Frozen. You definitely, at a place this big, as fast as these guys are going, you want all the speed you can get, so you definitely want to go in by yourself. As it looks like the two of them are heading in.
And there they go. I guarantee that was a call that they went in together. They want to make sure they have that draft. They don't want to lose it. If they want to make up some time, they're going to have to do it together. We're watching 43 of Jose with Pro Boss right behind him. It looks like we got a 4-car pack. A little loose out here. Not so tight together, but they will be coming up together pretty shortly, I would imagine. From what I'm understanding, Mordog, who was your leader in that 24 car, he had an issue with his controller that made him slow down quite a bit as he was trying to fix that. Not something that you want to see, especially with something like that, and you had such a strong car, so hopefully he can make some time up with that.
Absolutely, and with that, Rabbit assumes the lead, but he does not have the gap that he had because there is a bright blue 43 behind his bright blue 12. Jose is coming.
You know, and Jose, he had that help of the draft. Rabbit is the one who is out here solo, so that definitely helped him on that one. You see the top 4 currently. We have Rabbit in first, Jose in second, we have Pro Boss in third, and let's see if we can take a look at the 4th. I do believe that is Expert Toaster in the 10 car.
Really strong top 3, but the way Jose just able to drive away from those top 2, he had some help from Rabbit's draft, but that 43 has just been so good, especially on the short run. If he can get to the 12, he can cause him problems, and we can have ourselves a race out of this thing.
Another race here. We have the 88. And we have the 19 of Little Wings side by side going into this turn.
Battle for the lead.
Jose takes over the lead. Rabbit is reporting some damage to his car that is definitely going to slow him down. I'm curious if we're going to see Jose able to hold him off for a win tonight. We had Rabbit win last week at Vegas. Can Jose make it happen tonight here after having a fantastic car last week? And after so many cautions just fell back, nothing he could do, and Rabbit was able to take it home.
Rabbit might be able to hang with Jose with the damage, but I just don't know if he'll be able to make the pass. All Jose will have to do is have him pinned down. With that damage, it tightens you up so much. That's going to be a tough one for Rabbit to pull this thing out. Jose looks like he's in the catbird seat right now.
Absolutely. And we see that these guys, you saw it earlier, these front 4 guys were pretty close together. And once again, these top 2 guys are starting to separate from the rest of the field here and that pack behind them. That is the separation between how these cars are handling and how fast their cars are. He's got a great car tonight along with Rabbit. We've seen him up front the entire night. But he does have some damage, and you can tell that's starting to wear on him.
You can definitely see the hood's crinkled up just a little bit. You never know what that means, but that's what I'm seeing, so that might be where it came from. Not sure if that's because he got into somebody, maybe a little bit of lag weave, or maybe that's not it at all, and he just clipped the wall just a little bit coming out of one of the corners. But that's definitely definitely changed the balance and the speed on that car.
Absolutely. And you can just see the distance between these top two versus the guys behind them. They are just leaving them behind. Not what the third and fourth want to see. They are doing a great job back there. But I'll tell you what, Jose is thinking, man, oh man, do not give me a caution. I need this to go green. He did not want to see that last week, and it came out for him, which, in my opinion, lost him the win there. And Rabbit took advantage of it and was able to capture it home. But Jose, I'll tell you what, he is on a roll tonight.
He's been one of the few guys who can just run wherever he wants. He can defend from the outside, and right now he's just arcing it in there, running that low line. Looks really, really smooth. That car is hooked up, and Rabbit's gonna have to pull the proverbial his name out of the old hat.
More dog. We have more dog in the chat. Man, I'm scared to even read this. He says, Frozen, any controller I use has this issue where it just stops accelerating. He's on a wire controller. Please tell me you're not out of the race. I hate to see that. You had such a great car tonight, more dog. I hate to see that. Get this man a good controller.
He's not out of the race. He's not out of the race, but he is parked really close to an RV. Maybe they have really good hot dogs there. I don't know. Can't confirm, but he is very, very close to an RV. Maybe they have a nice
I hate
TV.
to see that. I don't know if a TV would make me happy at this point after having a car he had tonight. It's just so unfortunate. We're out here riding in fourth place of Pro Boss, who has Expert Toaster directly in front of him, and you can barely even see first and second. These guys have to get it together and make something happen in order to catch up to him, but I don't think they have what it takes to catch up to the front two guys. I think the front two are just gone. They are just out of here. The speed is incredible.
They're going to need a yellow Frozen. Even if they work together, even if they push on each other, that 43 is just so strong, and he is pulling that 12 with him. And it's just going to be tough. And it looks like Pro Boss is starting to get really, really tight anyway behind Toaster. So I don't think they can do anything to muster up the speed. This is a two-car race, and honestly, if the 12 is damaged, I'm not sure it's even that many cars.
Absolutely. It's 9 to go, guys. A fast race here tonight and not a lot of laps left. Rabbit is directly on Jose, putting the pressure on him. Is Jose going to be able to hold him off and defend that position? Or is he going to, not be able to hold him off, and Rabbit might be able to get him loose? I'm not sure what his strategy is here tonight, but Jose is looking for his first win of the season here at Auto Club.
Well, obviously, if you're Jose, the strategy is once Rabbit starts attacking, make him attack low in 1 and 2, get that run off the corner, and then get it back down to the bottom in 3 and 4 to take that fast line away. That's going to be the strategy to defend. What does Rabbit have to beat that strategy?
Absolutely. I'm just waiting to see Rabbit hold back, put some space in between him and Jose, and then get that run and try to make that move, diving down on the bottom, try to make a slide job happen. That's one of the only ways you're going to make this happen here. So we'll see, but I'm not sure, but we'll see what he does. They're coming up on some traffic up here. 2 cars. Where are they going to go? Are they going to move over for your current leaders and let them on by, or are they going to challenge it? This could be a game changer right here if they're able to. We have Wonder in that 14 car on the high side. Tough night for him. That might be in Vinma in front of him, who had a ton of damage when I last saw his car.
I believe that is Ramsett up there.
Okay.
Perhaps. I believe that looks like the 41 car. Not really sure, but I believe that's who that is. Who is another driver who has had a very tough night.
Absolutely. Wonder is no longer a factor. Got right out of the way for these two coming up. These two, man, I'll tell you what, the car that they have tonight, just incredibly strong. They've run a really perfect race, perfect strategy, and it's definitely helping him. We're coming up on 5 to go, guys. Only a handful of laps. Very clean racing tonight.
Like you said, Frozen, the 12 is going to start lagging back to try to get that run through the center of the corner and then out to get alongside Jose. I feel like you want to do that on the front stretch to try to complete that slide job. That seems to be the move that has worked the best. How you saw Jose pulling it off earlier in the race. So you have to think that's where it is. That's where it's going to come from, because if you can generate that run, you can dive it down to the bottom, take that short run around that curved front straightaway.
Absolutely. And we're coming up only on a few laps here left to go. And, you know, I'm thinking you're absolutely correct. Going into turn 1, you got to get that run on the front stretch and then dive it down low. Jose has been staying high for the most part today. We'll see what he does here. I have a feeling he's going to be doing a lot of mirror driving. He's going to try to decide where is he going to go. Where he's going to go, I'm going to go. I'm blocking every move that he could possibly make. I'm making it so that he can't get where he wants to go.
A little bit of a bump. It looks like Jose is starting to get a little tight down there, running that bottom. The 12, he's been tight, it seems like, this whole run. We've got a couple of cars that aren't handling that great, about to try to battle for this win here.
Rabbit taking a look on that inside. They are too wide at the moment. Jose is going to have to hope he can make a run for it, but Rabbit is able to take it off, and he is your current leader. Only a couple of laps to go, guys. Absolutely incredible.
Not sure if Jose made a mistake or what, but it seemed like that move took him by surprise. I don't think he was wanting to run the high side right there, and that just totally threw him offline. And now the 12 got a great run down the back straight, a great run through 3 and 4, and now he's got a little bit of a gap. The draft could work in Jose's favor here, but we'll have to see.
Absolutely. He is definitely losing his car, though. Handling is going away for him, and I'm trying to get up here with Rabbit.
I think he's out of fuel.
Oh, no.
43 might be out of fuel.
Yeah, he is just falling back. I hate to see that for him. Rabbit, there's no way we're coming up on the final lap here once we hit the line. Rabbit is definitely going to be your leader if he has fuel. If nothing crazy happens, if he can keep everyone behind him, he is going to be your winner here tonight.
Jose
Absolutely incredible.
Came from a long way back. You have to wonder if maybe he didn't take full fuel, or maybe he took like a can and a half to try to make the car lighter and add some speed to it. Very, very interesting.
That is absolutely crazy. I'm hearing he did not run out of fuel. His car handling is just that bad. We have Rabbit coming up on this final turn. He is going to be your winner here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. Once he crosses this line, here you go. He is your winner here tonight. Congratulations to him. Incredible race for him. He ran a pretty perfect race, I gotta say.
Jose looks like he has a flat tire out there, man. Just no speed left in the car, as he's just gonna limp it home.
Who got second and who brought home third here?
I absolutely have no idea, because I was riding with Jose.
Toaster, I got second. Dodge Boys got third. Very curious to hear from these guys what happened. I was so involved with what was going on with Rabbit and Jose. Absolutely incredible. All right, you see your podium here. Rabbit, Toaster, and Dodge Boys. Incredible job done by these guys tonight. I'm so sorry to see this from Jose. I know he had a strong car last week and also tonight. Would love to hear from him what exactly happened. But man, oh man, we got to get this winner in. 2 weeks in a row from Rabbit. He won last week at Vegas and tonight at Auto Club.
Very, very strong. Two very, very strong performances, and to have the long run speed that he did there at the end. I mean, you saw how Jose's car cratered for Rabbit to have the speed that late, just really, really impressive.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get these guys in here. We have Dodge Boys out in chat. Final caution count from Sober David says 4 cautions. Man, I'll tell you what a clean race.
That's a tiny number.
That is a tiny number. These guys did a great job tonight. All right, so we need Toaster in here, and we need the Rabbit. Here we go. We're getting him in here. Rabbit, a huge congratulations to you.
Well, you know, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. I just found 2 in a row.
2 in a row. Last week at Vegas, which was an absolutely insane ending. And you managed to hold it out, captured that win, and then tonight here at Auto Club. First of all, how was your car handling all night? Because you look like you had an incredible car.
Well, I did have an incredible car until I got caught up in, I think it was a Wing 19 car that got down and got loose. And I didn't fix the damage. So I had a 50-50 chance either fix the damage or leave it as it was. So I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the stream. If you go in to fix that damage, it is 100% chance that your car is going to come out a lot slower than when you went in. So if you can hold out and not fix that damage, you might be better off. And that's something that you took a chance on, and it paid off tonight. Take me through the final few laps. What was your mindset when you were behind Jose, and how were you going to make that move happen?
My mindset was I was content with second because I had 94 damage on my arrow. And I was like, Jose, I just want to push you and I'll take second and I'll be happy. And his tires just gave up. So I said, no, I gotta go.
Then he ran out of gas.
So he did run out of gas. Oh, that's so tough to hear.
No. I don't think Jose ran out of fuel.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
He did at the very end. His tires were going off, but with 2 to go.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
Yeah, ran out.
Yeah, just a great job to you, Rabbit. 2 wins in a row. You held him off, you made the pass for it, and you had a strong car the entire night. So just great job to you tonight there, Rabbit.
Thank you.
All right. You want to give the second one for Toaster. He is your second place, and we're going to have J-Mac give him his interview.
All right, Toaster, congratulations on your second place finish. Super generic question, but tell us about your race.
It was a stressful race with the damage on, and I don't know. I was worried when we did qualifying and we got on lap 2 and a big pile up and damaged and everything. I'm like, oh God, we got 100 laps to go. But it worked its way out. I had damage too, but I actually fixed my damage 3 times because it was so bad in the aero. Ram stayed out on one of the cautions and just was not up to speed. So on that restart, he took a bunch of people out, and I ended up spearing the inside wall on the backstretch. But overall, I'm surprised I got second. Dodge Boys helped me, pushing me to get back up through there. At what was that? Before the last pit stop, I think it was, right, Dodge?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's a good race.
Well,
I'm glad it's over, and I'm happy I got second.
Well, how did having the damage on affect the race there? Were y'all trying to keep it? Were y'all on pins and needles there at the beginning, just trying to, dodge stepping on glass? Were y'all trying to take it easy? And then how did it kind of split the field up as y'all started getting into incidents there?
Well, Auto Club's a tough track because you power through the corners to make the car hold and stick. And if you don't time your entry right based on the distance between you and the car in front of you, if you run up on them too quick, normally you give them a little bump, but you don't want to get damaged. You don't want to, but you know what I mean. So if you let out, and if you have to let out in the middle of the corner, it's the rear of the car is going to try to come around. So it was challenging, especially at this track. Damage in general here, aero is everything. The draft, especially in this 2019 game, is just ridiculous. It's awesome. So yeah, it was.
Well, congratulations on getting her fixed up and coming home with a second place finish.
Yeah, thank you.
Dodge boys coming home in third tonight, and a crazy day for you today. How was your car feeling tonight, though, in this race?
The car was absolutely perfect. The 88 Nationwide Chevy was on rails today. Started at the back, got in a wreck during the qualifying on lap 2, so I didn't get a lap in at all. Started in the back, made my way up to the front really quick, and was at the front by the middle of the first stage, just biding my time. It was awesome, and then just once the tire wear kicked in, got it a little tight in the situation, and then got some damage. Tried to hang it out, but it was a little bit too much, so repaired it, and then like Toaster, we just kind of were stuck together, getting caught up in the accidents there for a little bit. But then in the third stage, we were able to work together, just pick our way through the field, and I stayed out a little bit too long on that second to last set of tires and lost a little bit too much ground. But overall, just to come back from all that adversity, get a third place finish, that was awesome. Couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Absolutely. I mean, you had a very strong car that was evident tonight, and then you and Expert Toaster working together, it definitely paid off. You guys were just moving through that field, making a lot of moves and making some magic happen. Just huge congratulations on that third place. You stayed out there and hung on through all the cautions and moving back through the field over and over again. Just great job to you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you heard it here at Auto Club. We have Rabbit, the winner for the second week in a row. These guys moving on, I do believe, next week. Where are you guys headed to next week?
I think it's Phoenix because they.
Anybody?
Boston
I
don't
raised
even
two
know.
Phoenixes.
I don't know that it is Phoenix.
Yes, we were supposed to run Phoenix this week and
Yes.
Auto Club next week, but he didn't want to run two Phoenixes with our league and his league on the same league.
Oh, all right.
Gotcha.
That's a little too
Okay.
much Phoenix for him.
A little too much Phoenix.
Gotcha.
All right, well, next week, I'm sure we'll have another great race. It'll be Sunday night around 8:45, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These guys had a fantastic race tonight. Only 4 cautions, a lot of great moves being made. I gotta say congratulations to everyone who made the league here for the Pro League. Great job to these guys. We're over and out tonight, though. It was fun with you in the booth, J-Mac, as always. And yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say, but it was a really fun night tonight.
Frozen,
Let's do this
I would
again
like
next
to
week, same day, same time.
Yeah, that's definitely good. But I want to say thanks to you, Frozen, and Justin, and J-Mac. Really appreciate it.
Of course, it is a lot
For
of
what you
fun.
guys do. Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's always a lot of fun. But until next week, we are out. Tomorrow, though, we will be back on the road, probably on NASCAR, I would imagine. Tuesday, we'll be on Forza for some racing. Wednesday, probably back on NASCAR. And so it should be a fun, race-filled week. Until then, you guys take it easy, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You too. Oh. I'm